Good.
Hi everybody, it's Jackie again with Rigr Crafts, and today we are gonna be doing the final bit of my Viking Knit tutorial or demonstration online, and we're gonna be showing drawing it out to the final piece. This is the same one that I showed in the other video. This is a 5-loop double knitted in a 24 gauge. This is the piece we started working on last time. 26 gauge wire. It's a 3-loop double knit. I'm going to set that one aside because we are going to be drawing this piece out today. And I've gone ahead and done a little bit of math as promised. So there are 5 15-foot lengths of wire. I work in 15-foot lengths and then I splice. So the first one is right there. So from the top to my finger is 15 feet of wire. And that makes 75 feet. Yay, math. And I measured this already. I'll do it again just so you guys know I did. And this is only 15.5 inches long right now. So we're going to be drawing that out. I've got my draw plate here, which is, again, like I said in the other video, one of the ways that they would get the ingots down to a small wire. And we're going to be using that to draw this out to a small size Viking knit. So the first thing I have to do, remember we had that loop on the top. This one's bigger because it's got 12 instead of just 6 loops. I have to cut these first loops off. And I'm going to take these pliers. The first thing I have to do, pull all that wire out so I can get this free. Alright, so now I've got just the end there, and I'm going to snip that last loop off and take my end and curl it around so that it doesn't end up poking anybody, and pull that off the dowel and set that aside. Then I'm going to cut this end, and again I'm going to tuck it in. Alright, so now, since this is 5 loops, I'm going to cut myself 5 pieces. This is the 26 gauge wire that I was using. This is all just going to be scrap. So I just need 5 small pieces here. Okay. And I'm going to take the end that we started on, and each of these loops is going to get a piece of wire through it. And I just need to twist that wire around so that it holds in the end there. And the reason it's important to go through each loop is you want to make sure that you're pulling this evenly. So you don't just want to go across two and pull everything. You have to make sure that you're grabbing every loop so that you're drawing it up evenly. And the boys aren't being friendly right now. Hey, that goes with the territory of new cats, right? Alright. Okay. And the last one. Really hard to pick up off that table. Alright, so then I'm going to take all 5 of these ends that I just put on here and twist those together, and I want to try and keep it as in the center as possible, so that I'm making sure they're all going to pull evenly. Okay. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to be holding it with my left hand and pulling it through with my right hand. My left hand's also going to be holding the dowel, or the draw plate. Because this is a circular knitting technique, it's going to want to twist. And because copper work hardens, and again I said I'm going to do that in another video, that'll be its own thing, just know that the more it twists, the more it's going to want to stay twisted that way, and that's a bad thing when you want a necklace to actually lay like a necklace. So I have to hold it and make sure it goes straight through the draw plate. So if I get my pliers here to help me out, every time I pull it through, it's going to get slightly smaller. You might be able to tell, and I know it's kind of at a distance, but you can see there how much smaller it's getting. So we're going to keep drawing this one through. And since this knit is actually a thicker knit with a bigger wire, we're not going to take it down quite as small as I do with the thinner stuff. This is actually, part of this at least, is going to be a chain for JERKY. So we're going to be oxidizing this, and I will show you guys an example of a completed piece once we're done here. Okay. You want it smaller, or is that good? One more? All right. So, compared to cats in the studio, it always makes for fun. He's trying to play with the wires on the lighting. So compared to my bracelet, which is a 3-loop double knit, this is a lot thicker. This is in a 26 gauge and the one I just made was in a 24 gauge. So we started out with 15.5 inches from 75 feet of wire. Put my bracelet back on here. Let's see what we end up with. "29 inches. So you guys know I'm not lying. So, 29 inches after finish. So, if somebody wants to do the math as to how much goes into each inch, it all varies depending on how loose or tight you do your stitches, and if it's a double or single knit, what gauge wire you're using. There's a lot of variables. But if somebody wants to do the math and tell me how many feet goes into each inch of finished product, let me know. We started out with 75 feet and we ended up with 29 inches. So this is very similar to this piece that I just finished for a custom order. I added several jump rings because the customer wanted it to be adjustable from 18 to 24 inches. But this one I just did is raw copper. Oh, Yerrick did the math. So roughly that's 31 inches. Gives you 1 inch of finished knit in this particular scenario. Alright, so we had a little video issue, so I'm going to try and pick this up where I think it stopped. So this knit is actually in raw copper, the one that we just finished, and this is a piece that I did for a customer, and this is in oxidized copper. It's chemically oxidized, which is the natural process that copper goes through, that helps protect it from corrosion. It gives it a surface layer of corrosion which helps protect the inside. And like I said, this is for a customer, but if you want to order some of this, this is going to be turned into oxidized copper, and I will let you know what we get from all of this. Like I said, I have a necklace to make for Yerrick, but once that's done, we might get some arm rings or another necklace out of it. So I look forward to hearing what you guys think of the whole process. And yeah, we will be doing another one soon. I think the next one I'm going to be doing is the Viking tweezers. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.